Good morning, students. Today we are going to learn about the pharynx. The pharynx is a funnel shaped fibromuscular tube. It acts as a common channel for both food and air. It extends from the base of the skull to the esophagus at the level of C6 vertebrae. Length of pharynx is 12 to 14 cm. Next we see about the boundaries and relations of the pharynx. It is bounded superiorly by the base of the skull, posterior part of the body of sphenoid and base occiput, inferiorly by the body of C6 vertebrae, and anteriorly it communicates with the nasal cavity, oral cavity and larynx, and posteriorly by the prevertebral fascia. Laterally it communicates with the middle ear through the auditory tubes and related to the styloid process and the muscle attached, and to the neurovascular bundle of the neck. The pharynx can be divided into three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. The nasal part of pharynx is situated behind the nasal cavity and above the level of soft palate. Anteriorly, the nasopharynx communicates with the nasal cavities through the posterior nasal aperture, and inferiorly to the oropharynx through the pharyngeal isthmus. The pharyngeal isthmus closes during deglutitions and speech. It is bounded anteriorly by the soft palate, laterally by the palatopharyngeal arches, posteriorly by the posterior pharyngeal wall, in which the passavant ridge appears. The passavant ridge appears during speech and deglutition. The lateral wall of the nasopharynx present opening of the pharyngotympanic tube or auditory tube at the level of inferior nasal concha and 1.25 cm behind it. The upper and posterior margin of the opening stand out prominently due to the underlying cartilaginous part of the tube and is called tubal elevation. Two folds extend from the tubal elevation, that is salpingopharyngeal fold and salpingopalatine fold. The salpingopharyngeal fold, it extends vertically downwards and fades on the side wall of the pharynx. It contains salpingopharyngeus muscle. The salpingopalatine fold, it extends downwards and forwards to the soft palate. It contains the levator palati muscle. Behind the tubal elevation is a depression called the pharyngeal recess or fossa of Rosenmuller. The tubal tonsils are collections of lymphatic tissue near the tubal opening. The structure present in the lateral wall of the nasopharynx are very important. To sum up, the structures are opening of the pharyngotympanic tube or eustachian tube, tubal elevation, salpingopharyngeal fold, salpingopalatine fold, pharyngeal recess or fossa of Rosenmuller, and tubal tonsil. Next, coming to the roof and posterior wall of the nasopharynx. The nasopharyngeal tonsil, it is a collection of lymphoid tissue beneath the mucous membrane at the junction of the roof and posterior wall of nasopharynx. A mucous diverticulum called nasopharyngeal bursa or pouch of Leschka, it extends upwards into the substance of the nasopharyngeal tonsil from its apex. It is provided with mucous glands. This bursa develops due to adhesion of notochord to the dorsal wall of the pharyngeal part of foregut. Sometimes a small dimple is seen in the mucous membrane above the pharyngeal tonsil. It represents the remains of Rathke's pouch. A craniopharyngioma may arise from it. Next we see about the oropharynx. This part extends from the level of soft palate to the level of the upper border of the epiglottis. Posteriorly it is supported by the body of the axis and upper part of the third cervical vertebra. Anteriorly in the upper part it communicates with the oral cavity through the oropharyngeal isthmus. Lower part is the posterior 1/3 of the dorsum of the tongue. Superiorly it is continuous with the nasopharynx at the pharyngeal isthmus. Inferiorly it is continuous with the laryngeal part of the pharynx. Anteriorly the oropharynx communicates with the oral cavity through the oropharyngeal isthmus. The boundaries of the oropharyngeal isthmus are above by the soft palate, below by the dorsal surface of the posterior 1/3 of the tongue, and laterally by the palatoglossal arch on either side containing palatoglossal muscle. The oropharyngeal isthmus is closed during deglutition to prevent regurgitation of food from the pharynx to the mouth. Coming to the lateral wall, palatine tonsils, one on either side, is located into a triangular fossa that is called tonsillar fossa. The fossa is bounded anteriorly by the palatoglossal arch and posteriorly by the palatopharyngeal arch. The fossa represents the second pharyngeal pouch embryologically. The palatoglossal arch runs downwards and forwards from palate to the lateral margin of the tongue. The palatopharyngeal arch runs downwards and backwards to the pharyngeal wall where it fades out. The salient features seen in the oropharynx are tonsils and oropharyngeal isthmus. Next we see the laryngeal part of pharynx, that is laryngopharynx, or otherwise called hypopharynx. This extends from the upper border of the epiglottis to the lower border of cricoid cartilage where it is continuous with the esophagus. It is bounded posteriorly by the lower part of the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th cervical bodies. Anteriorly from above downwards the following are seen: inlet of larynx, posterior surface of the arytenoids and posterior surface of the cricoid lamina, and one on each side of the laryngeal inlet is the pyriform fossa. The pyriform fossa, it is bounded medially by the aryepiglottic fold and laterally by the mucous membrane covering the medial surface of the lamina of thyroid cartilage and thyrohyoid membrane. Above, the pyriform fossa is separated from the epiglottic vallicula by lateral glossoepiglottic fold. The pyriform fossa is deep in ruminating animals, in which it acts as a lateral food channel to convey the bolus of food during deglutition by the side of closed laryngeal inlet. It is sometimes artificially deepened by smugglers using lead balls to hide precious materials such as diamonds. For this reason, the pyriform fossa is also called smuggler's fossa. The foreign bodies like fishbone and safety pins commonly get stuck up in the fossa. As the internal laryngeal nerve ramifies here beneath the mucosa, care should be taken to avoid injury to it while removing the foreign bodies. So far we finished the 3 divisions of pharynx. Thank you.